Good morning, team. It's a great weekend. Now it's a new month. It's the 1st of March. So I'm not going to say it's a new beginning. It's going to be a continued beginning going forward. We are going on our 8th month of green for most of us. I can't speak for everyone. Um, it's been a fun ride up and down. And now I don't even know how to begin, but also wanted to touch base in regards to the fact of me saying I'm taking a vacation. It sounds great. In my head, in my thought, in my mind, it sounds great. The fact that nobody bothers me it gives me more focus to come out with even better plays and also, of course, teach. But there's enough in the team for you guys to go through enough knowledge that I put out, enough information that I put out, other members put out for you new members. And I always say this: always watch the videos every Sunday. And if you're just joining, please, for the whole week, don't take any trades using real money. Paper trade the week. See how we trade. Get familiar with it. Because a lot of you just jump in and you just want to play everything because I did well in that in this name that I'm gonna do well in it again. I may do good in it, but doesn't mean you're gonna do good in it because your tolerance and my tolerance of risk loss are two different things. I can take a big loss and hold just for it to come back as a win. Some people can't. They see it, they're like, all right, I'm out of it. So that's another thing. I want you guys to start just watching how we operate before jumping in and just thinking everything is going to be a winner. And own up to your things. I do not always post my exits, not all the time. And especially if they're weeklies, there's no point of me posting my exits. Weeklies I consider lottos. Anything same week is considered a lotto. If we bought it the week prior, it is not a lotto, it is a focus. Okay? So today's focus, well, this week's focus for me will be WTTD, SPY as always, BA, GT, some leaps in that. I'm still mad that we didn't even get to do the leaps that we really wanted, that we've been talking about for months. And those leaps are actually up 800%. The ones I've been looking at, they're January leaps. But we'll get to that as well. So we get into the focus of SPY. Looking at this chart with SPY, you can see a couple of things. These are my levels, my extensions, my retracements. And just looking at the levels, you can just see exactly where SPY is headed currently. If 381.56 does not hold. This is a 4-day chart. I love 4-day charts. Gives me the bigger picture as opposed to focusing on the 1-day chart. 1-day chart, you're getting day by day. I like to see ahead of that day. I like to see 2 days ahead, 3 days ahead, get an idea. We're in a gap up too. That gap up is going to be basically around the 30 SMA. So we might test that 30 SMA and then get some rejection and come right back down. Or we can test this, we can gap up here, test this 30 SMA and continue to run. But this is going to be very interesting. So it can be a short to pop, which we took the 382. We took the, I think it's 392 calls for next week. So it's best to just pay attention, wait for the trade to come to you. So for the SPY, I'd actually take off some calls, add some puts just in case, just how I move my money around. I'll take off some of the calls, lock in that profit, because why not? Wait for another opportunity to either buy the dip or buy the gap up, basically going to go short. So next up, let's go to W. W is my main focus this week as well. I like to focus on one name, as opposed to so many names, and one name religiously for that week. I'll mention the name and then I'll mention it a lot. The more I mention a name, the more I'm focused on it. But then some other names that I'm in as well, they do just as good or they outperform the name that I'm actually focusing on in the beginning of the week. And then the name that I really wanted to focus on outperforms towards the end of the week. So it's simple. These are your levels. I want to see a move above 304.55. There's been a lot of rejection at that level. And 323.33 is another level I want to see a move above. I want to get somewhere around 347.34. Is it possible this week to get to 330s? Definitely, with ease. This is a daily chart at that. We had a 25-point range Friday. Prior to that Friday, we had a 44-point range. This is just off of a daily. Now, if you look at the 4D, the 2D, the 3D, you get a different picture. You get a bigger candle range because it's two candles in one. Give you guys an idea. So you can see it looks even better, right? We have a box forming here, inverted hammer. That's what made me even more bullish here. This is what I was watching on the 3-day for W because I wanted this to play out, my box therapy. And we got the box therapy, which is awesome. As you can see here. Nice box therapy. A nice bullish candle closed inside these two wicks, also inside of 215's 3-day candle. So again, I want to see 304.55. We got to break above that. We get that, and then we test 323. We have a continuation to 347, 334. Next up, TTD. I don't want to put too much thought into too many things because then everybody overthinks and then they overtrade and then they just do too much. It's too much going on. I created a flag with this because I like the setup, so I made it into a channel. And here's my channel. Just cleaning up this real quick. Level, clean this up too. So here's your, let's get rid of this rectangle. So here's our channel here. We're gonna go off of this low wick here. The low wick here is 731, and our high wick here is 972. But I don't use the high wicks. I use the closing of the candle, but I use the wicks at the bottom because it's very important to me. It just shows there are buyers there. So, and these are sellers up here. So I'm gonna use this closing at the top, this high here, 941. This is gonna be our candle range this week. It's gonna be 941 and 731. If I'm correct. Is that? Yep, 731. So mid of that would be somewhere around 831, 834. So for this week, I'm looking for north of, and this is a 3-day chart. So I want to see us get somewhere around 870-ish. My main thing I like is closing above important levels of candles. Like I can see just off of here, I want to see it close above this level, 853. Then we go to this next candle, and these two candles here have similar closings. So that's when it topped out over here, came down, bounced off, then faked out, came up here, rejected, and then came a little down here. So the main close I would like to see anything above this week, 864.26. I'm holding a 900 calls for next week. Actually, 2 weeks out, the 19th. So I got those. I only have I think 1 or 2 of those. Gotta double check. Maybe 10 of them. I don't know. Because I have the weeklies as well. But this is my channel. If you want to make it into an extension, you go off this low here, bring it up to this high wick. Let me pull it back here to this wick here, this wick low. Oops. Remove. So I'm changing color. I don't know if you guys can see the screen. Okay. Levels in place there. I can get rid of these extra levels, to be honest. Get rid of that, clean that up. But this is our important level, 863.02. We want to get above that. We're going to be testing some 834 here. So that's going to be our next level. And when we stay above this purple line here, which is 787, so that matters. Our 1430 and 20 are actually curling bullishly. So setting up nicely. I like this chart. I love this. I love this play. I can see this at 11, at 1,000, definitely. I can see this at 1,000 easily. And this year just started too. So if you want to go big time extension, we can do that as well. We can go like this. I'll show you guys right now. So I'm going to go for this low. We can pull this up to here. Max high. And then I can just get rid of this. I'm gonna keep that channel. Just edit this with color. Sorry about that. Just give you an idea. You can get rid of this channel now. Boom. Get rid of this line here. Boom. And there you go. Give you a nice idea. We got an inverse head and shoulders too. Going on for TTD. This here, 125, would be the head. Left shoulder, 1.4. Right shoulder, 223. 876 neckline. We got a nice setup going on for TTD as well. Now, GT. There's so many other names. I mean, I've tried it over 500 names. GT, this thing has been amazing. This thing has been an animal, like nonstop. And now we're going into this year. I call that the gray area. The gray area is where the price is going to basically be going at this year. Max out 337.12. I would look at 2023 leaps as well. The 40s, which they had those. Breakout is 1753. We came close to that many times, so many rejections. Now for this gap up, I would like to see a gap fill, because if we gap here, we're honestly gapping, yeah, within inside the wicks. So that's actually still good. So I like GT long term. I want to do some leaps. I want to start focusing on 20, 25, 30 for the next 6 months. Even less than that too. Because this big move that it had, amazing. And the space it's going into now, that's another thing, that's another reason why I love it.